They say the truth can set you free. But what if I told you there's a book so dangerous, so revealing, that it was banned for over 2,000 years, and it claims to answer every question about the origin of the universe?
I'm talking about the Book of Enoch, a text so controversial it makes books like the Satanic Verses or even Kafka's Metamorphosis look like bedtime stories. Today we'll uncover why this mysterious book was erased from history, how it resurfaced, and the secrets inside it, from encounters with angels, or aliens, to giants, prophecies, and even the real reason behind the Great Flood. Stick around, because by the end you'll see why some people believe this is the most dangerous book ever written.
We first hear of Enoch in Genesis 5. All we're told is that he pleased God so much he didn't die. Instead, God took him straight to heaven. That alone raises so many questions. Who was this man? Why was he so important? And why would his writings vanish for thousands of years? And here's where things start getting really strange.
The early church fathers of the 2nd and 3rd centuries, people like Justin Martyr, Irenaeus, Origen, and Clement of Alexandria, all mention the Book of Enoch. The Roman philosopher Tertullian even called it Holy Scripture. For the first 300 years after Christ, the book was widely read. Some even say it was as popular then as Harry Potter is now. But if it was so popular, why haven't most people even heard of it today? That's because the Council of Laodicea labeled the book dangerous. From that point on, it was removed from the Bible, erased from church teachings, and nearly lost forever. For over 1,000 years, it was gone, until whispers in the 1400s hinted that it might still exist. And then, in 1773, a Scottish explorer named James Bruce stumbled across something that would shock the world. Hidden in Ethiopia, preserved in the Orthodox Church, were copies of the original manuscript, written in the ancient language of Ge'ez. Inside were 5 major sections, detailing Enoch's visions of heaven, the end of the world, and encounters with mysterious beings called the Watchers. But who, or what, were the Watchers? Here's the part that makes scholars and believers squirm. The Watchers weren't just angels. According to Enoch, they were towering, luminous beings who came down from the sky, rode in chariots of fire, and taught humans forbidden knowledge. Everything from astronomy to weapons. Sound familiar? To some, that sounds exactly like UFO encounters. Swiss author Erich von Däniken even claimed that these beings were aliens who jump-started human civilization. Others argue they were fallen angels who disobeyed God by mating with human women. And that's where the nightmare begins. The children of these unions were the Nephilim, giant hybrids, half human and half angel. They had immense power, plundered the earth, and when food ran out, they turned violent, consuming animals and even humans. But here's the chilling part. Myths from completely different cultures tell the same story. If this sounds like Greek mythology Cyclops or the Sumerian Anunnaki, that's no coincidence. Enoch's stories line up eerily with ancient myths across the world. The chaos they caused was so devastating that, according to Enoch, God's only choice was a reset button, the Great Flood. And here's the wild part. Enoch actually prophesied it. He warned Noah, his great-grandson, to hide and prepare for the destruction of the world. The exact words? A deluge is about to come upon the whole earth. So not only does the book connect with ancient myths, it also claims to predict biblical events centuries before they happened. But the biggest shock isn't what it says, it's why it was banned. And this is where things take a very unexpected turn. The first reason, it wasn't really written by Enoch himself. Scholars say it was written by different authors between 300 BC and 100 BC. In other words, it could be one of the earliest works of fan fiction. The second reason, it directly contradicts the Bible. In Enoch, the villain isn't Satan, but a demon called Azazel, blamed for corrupting humanity. Even stranger, the fallen angels are shown repenting, something the Bible never allows. These contradictions made church leaders nervous.
Too nervous, so they erased it.
But here's the question no one has ever really answered. If this book is nothing more than myth, why ban it so completely?
Whether you see it as truth, fiction, or a dangerous mix of both, one thing is clear. The Book of Enoch gives us a glimpse into how ancient people explained the mysteries of the universe. From angels and aliens to giants and prophecies, it ties together myths from cultures that never even met.
And maybe that's the real danger. Because if too many dots connect, the whole story of human history might look very different than what we've been told. Want to go deeper? Let me know in the comments.